in the beginning of the crisis, there was a strong agitation for secession. Then from there, it dwindled down to federalism. Then from there, it went down to confederation. Then finally, it came down to decentralization. Now, the people are not even looking for any system of government anymore. They don't want secession. They don't want federation. They don't want confederation. They don't want decentralization. What they are looking for right now is not a system of government or a form of the state. They are looking for peace.
That must be music to your ears. I don't know where you got it into your head that Ambazonians started with secession. Secession is a word used by colonial occupiers, not Ambazonians. Ambazonians asked for a dialogue about an act of union, and when they were met with bullets, they restored their independence. Stop telling lies and stop pretending to read Ambazonian minds. Ambazonians had given up their lands and resources and were left with nothing in their hands, sir. They want everything now. I see the colonialists offering special status now, but that's not even a beginning.
So if you ask them to drink urine now, I'm a figure and a voice in this nation. If I were the one that came on air and said, hey, people of Beko, from today henceforth, you're going to stay for 7 days fasting, they would take it without any pinch of salt. They would take it exactly because they have come to, in what we call in the driving school, a dead end. A dead end is where you drive in the driving school, you come, there is no road going forward, there's no road coming backward. So that's a dead end. So the Anglophones have come to a dead end. And this dead end is a place where anything they offer you at that level, you consume it.
The words of an emasculated man looking for a handout from enemies of Africa and African people.
It's when somebody has been sick for too long, they say urine is a last recipe or the last solution to your problem. You will drink urine. So if you tell Anglophones right now, any part of the nation of Cameroon in the Anglophone region, whether northwest or southwest, so I come on the top and I say, hey, Anglophones in Babanki, for you to get out of the crisis right now, you are going to declare 3 days fasting, and we're going to see this will turn up in the village. It will turn out. That is because the people have come to a position whereby anything you offer as a solution to them, they will accept it. If you ask any sincere Anglophone right now that what system of government or what form of state are you agitating for, they will tell that brother, leave that form of state. What we need now is peace. I want to go back to my village. I want to plant huckleberry again. I want to plant pumpkin again. I want to roast corn close to my fireside. I want to eat again hunted beef from the bush. I want to sit back and go to my farm and do activities as I used to do. I don't have peace anymore where I am. Let me go back, please. In the Cameroon now, with the Cameroon before the crisis, which one do you choose? I will choose the Cameroon before the crisis. Because why? They have tested and they are able to compare what they had and what they have now.
I've been catching this brother here and there on social media, running his mouth, but I couldn't really get what he was all about. One assumption I had for him and everyone else on ground zero was that they must be compliant or at least be of no threat to the colonialists and their appointed plantation managers to survive in the place. For that reason, I ignored a lot of what he said that did not make sense to me or expected from a normal thinking person. I came across this video and listened to what he is saying here and decided to save it, and today I really want to advise the brother that it is okay to try to be safe living in a place invaded by wild beasts. But it is another thing to laugh or taunt real men standing up to thieves and murderers feeding fat on their lunch and dinner day in, day out, year after year. Only cowards and sellouts do that.
So this is something that has come to educate us and to teach us to understand that if you don't appreciate what you have in your hand, wait until you lose it. When you lose what you have in your hand, you will learn to appreciate it when next you find it.
The wisdom of an emasculated man who lives in fear and doesn't know when to stop talking. It is really easy to identify an emasculated man from miles away because instead of obeying his master with his tail tucked in, he thinks laughing at those standing up for their humanity will gain him some favors from the excesses of evil. No, the man standing on your toe, sir, knows that he is standing on your toe. If you do not have even the courage to let him know that he is hurting you, he will think less of you, not better of you.
I think every Anglophone from the north and the southwest now should be able to understand that what they thought was worst wasn't the worst. We have now finally entered into the worst. Because this is exactly where we are right now, very desperate, very frustrated. It is not just here in Cameroon. People call me all over the world. All over the world. People come because they know I have been on this issue since 2016 speaking on it. I must tell you, and I said that, I say any political scientist or analyst who maintains his defense on one particular point, it means the person is not flexible. I have been following this crisis from the very beginning, and I've been giving analysis based on what is happening. I can tell the Anglophones right now that they are at a dead end.
Do you have more to say to please your overlords?
Stupidity and intelligence, immorality and morality are random coefficients. They are randomly distributed. Meaning, when you go to any country, take any random 10 people, you're going to get as equal number of smart people as you will get stupid people. You will get as number of moral people as you will get immoral people. The difference between communities that thrive and those that fail is somehow those communities are better structured, organized in a way that they are better able to leverage the whatever their intelligent people can bring to the table, right, to uplift the stupid people. Right. And the flip side is true for the communities that fail.
The truth about the people of Ambazonia, contrary to your lazy and submissive reasoning, is that after failing to be left alone by aggressive, destructive armed occupiers who colonized them, they look for ways to accept them and make do with what they could. That's what the whole SDF thing was all about. What they did not know was that the goal all along had been to assimilate them into an inferior civilization and language. They forgot that one cannot assimilate them without destroying them. They had given up everything, but their legal system and the education of their children was too much to ask of them. Instead of having a discussion about these matters, they were shot at and killed with peace leaves in their hands.
And they are at a position whereby it's only them that have the final solution to this crisis.
That's an improvement. Only the Ambazonian people will say they've got back all that belongs to them. And the French slaves of La République will retreat back to their borders with their colonial masters who remain their colonial masters right into the 21st century.
The solution is that the same way they obeyed the voice of the prophet to march into the streets, they should equally collaborate with all elements put in place to make sure that these activities are going to be brought down. Lastly, Mr. Leo, you realize that the government had so much at hand to handle in 2016, 2017. There were crises in Lady Alem, in Saw, in Bamenda, in Buya, in Muya, everywhere. You realize that from my 16 to my 17 to Buya and part of Munya and Kumba, those places have now calmed down. Why does the government not take the energy it has, concentrate in the areas that are too hot right now to crack down the rest of the activities? Because it is rather a war strategy should be engaged right now by the state to make sure that they concentrate the energy they have right now in the places that are still too very hot.
I thought you said they are at a dead end now. Do dead ends have hot places? Cowards don't understand war. Talk is cheap. Cameroon is not a state. It is a colony. Even with all the changes going on in Africa today, it is mind-boggling that you call what you live in a state. Ambazonians are 2 steps ahead in statehood than the French colony of Cameroon. Respect that.